let's go to Twitter a bit and check out what is happening in South African culture. YaseBlock B, Colbert, this brother here, I know him. We've never met personally, but I follow his content. And then when I was doing the Illegal podcast, he is a brother that I could see as potential to funnel viewers towards my channel. And so by a mutual link, I got referred to him. And he's a brother who does this for his enjoyment, his love. He's a lover of content. And he keeps South Africa busy. He's the news about what's happening on the street. His commitment to downloading these videos, you see, and putting them out there for all of us. That is great. That is dope. That is amazing. I've known him now for it'll be 4 years. And so I've seen him continue to grow. And so we got him over here. We've got GaIston Anthony from the G2G podcast. And he's talking to who here? Colbert shared him 23 hours ago. So yeah, GaIston Anthony is a dude who is also coming up, having some really dope guests. And so let's hear what's happening over there.
Friend of mine and also South Africa's very own, AKA, was...
Hey, oh wait, did I do a greeting? Did I do my greeting? See, this is where I have to get my things right. Normally, yes, when I make mistakes recording the content in the way that I used to record it, when I make a mistake, I would pause, sometimes even switch on the camera, go stand outside and think for a moment, gain my confidence, then come back. So now I am live before you and you are able to see me make some mistakes, like not greeting, just jumping into that video. So if I was to share this portion about GaIston Anthony, you wouldn't really have much of a context about where we are coming from, why we are inside this video. And so even titling it would be difficult. I promote podcasts and music for a living. DM me for a reasonable quote. It's 100% free. So yeah, that's the brother there. So, okay, let me focus then this video on him. You know, I'm really hoping, I'll reveal my secret here. I'm really hoping that me and Colbert and whichever brothers find mutual agreement, we can raise each other in a way. I now have a serious formal platform where I talk about issues that he posts and brings about. So he's the mouth of the funnel where everything starts to flow. Is it the mouth? No. He's the lead. Yeah. He's the lead generator. He brings the topics and we hop onto them. So perhaps structuring this next video in a way that hollers at him and shows his stuff, promotes his work, takes appreciation for his contribution. And then watching some of his videos, quick ones, commenting on a few for 30 to 45 minutes. We enjoy ourselves while we're here. And perhaps the dude will get to post me as he shares these videos like this, where you know what I'm saying? Talking about him, and he will post and people will arrive. I need a serious growth strategy. I can't sit here every day, use so much electricity for something that's going to be slow. I need speed. I need to pour nitrous oxide into the veins so that there can be a bigger fire over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we are about to go action. Hey, what's up? Back at you with another video. Today, we're checking out a dude here. His name is YaseBlock B on Twitter. His handle is This is Colbert. And we're looking at him right now on screen. The description under his picture there says, I promote podcasts and music for a living. DM me for a reasonable quote. It's 100% free. The brother has 130,000 followers and he's a VJ. DJ Lon, Wama video. We get to see South Africa and things that we would have missed out on from him. He's serving South Africa. And so I know the dude and I like his content very much. I actually sometimes steal ideas. Or while scrolling through Twitter, X, I'll find his videos and know and catch up on what is happening. He brings the highlights. So we are in his account right now, on his page, if I should say, And he's got GaIston Anthony there, an American South African brother who is doing the G2G podcast. I am familiar with GaIston Anthony, and that seems like a hot video, doing the numbers there. Hella lot of retweets, likes, views, comments. So we're going to look at that. And then I see underneath, if all white people leave South Africa, it will be Zimbabwe within 2 minutes. The standards in Sandton will drop instantly. Advocate Ike Khumalo references Mozambique and Zimbabwe as the blueprint of hunger because whites left. You know, y'all can clearly see this, that Ike Khumalo has a certain topic that he's finna hit. We can see that he's trying to create that fear about black people. No, the fear within black people about white people leaving. I mean, this is probably not a new video. This is probably a video from some time back. And wait, I think he has this hairstyle right now, so this might be a new video. But all I'm saying is we've seen the climax of this white people leaving fear. This year, when it started, Trump saying there are bad things happening in South Africa, a whole lot of influencers and, Mouse and YouTubers came out saying, hey, you black people are going to lose out on some white people. Things are going to go down. Look at Zimbabwe. And we saw I come up with that propaganda, and people thinking, oh, maybe this might happen. Let's show a bit more respect. Let's, bow our heads, tuck our tails and, lower our bum a little bit. We might get screwed if the white people leave. And then there was an invitation for them to actually leave. And people were like, oh, now we're about to crap ourselves. I think Ike Khumalo is telling the truth. But we've seen the opening. We've seen 49. Is it 59 people leaving? And they're not having a good time. And this propaganda by Ike Khumalo is becoming very clear. And it's very disappointing that DJ Sbu, Pan-Africanist, the empowerer of black people. I understand that he brings on, all kinds of guests, and there's a disclaimer at the beginning of podcast that says the views expressed. Hey, yo, what's up, the noble nitpicker? We out here on Ike Khumalo. So the intro says that the views expressed by these people do not belong to the channel. But bro, seriously, podcasts are places where black people can take on their power, hold each other accountable, have deep conversations that are searching. But the Hustler's Corner has a way of platforming people and letting them have a ramble. Like DJ Sbu is tired on the day. Just switch the camera to him and let the person talk, and do their paid agenda. These were 2 batches of refugees. First were 59. Also, there was another. You see, so the refugees, there aren't a lot leaving. And so now time has come to test this brother, Yabon Lomchita lo Ike Khumalo, whether his fears, being projected into the hearts of black people were legit. Who's that other one? Waras as well was on that same thing. So only 59 and 9 people have left. People are playing with us. Was interviewing some of the refugees. Yo, you should post me a link. Try to post me a link. I think we may pivot and check out videos that you can find, maybe we can help each other produce this content. But for now, we are here on YaseBlock B's account. We're bringing love, we're showing support, and we're hoping that there can be a constructive collaboration between black brothers to bring ourselves up. And so GaIston Anthony is a new brother on the scene. He's pinned on YaseBlock B's page there on his feed. And so I very much suspect that this is an extension of support for a new brother. YaseBlock B does this. You see, he's a good dude. The second was only 9. I zoned after the first badge. Oh yeah, so Michelle Lee, you confirmed that there was another 9 who left. And those who are out there are apparently stuck in a hotel. Let's quickly jump into GaIston Anthony and YaseBlock B, and we'll continue talking.
Unalived at your club. What happened? Tell us the story from the club owner's perspective.
Oh, if I can tell you, being a club owner, this whole lifestyle looks glamorous. Looks like it's all fun and games. But when you get to be associated with, involved, or experience such a tragedy,
Gotta
it
pee.
messes you up. It messes you up your home. You drink more. You don't even know what to do. You feel like you're alone. You can be surrounded by all these people who are there on Florida Road, came to see what's going on, but you feel alone. You feel lost. It adds to your problems at home.
Right.
It adds to your problems, your normal problems, your past traumas. It just brings back a lot of problems because
But you carried a lot on your shoulder, but I want to know about that situation because boom, I think you only started hearing from it. You know that AK has to perform. The next thing you're getting a call to say, hey man, AKA has been,
Yeah, and it wasn't even made at the club. It was strange that it happened in one of the busiest streets, most popular entertainment hub street in Durban, and in front of everybody. It was like, the way it happened was like just unbelievable and scary for me too. But when I was just at home and I got a call to say, yo, Killen is gone, I was about to have dinner and I stopped everything. And I remember I drove like over 120 k's an hour. I didn't care. And the way I when I got there, I could see a bit of his body and it was covered. I didn't even realize that there was a friend of mine there as well, Tips. And that thing, man, was like shit.
Yeah, man. Absolutely horrible. May there be justice in the case of AKA, man. Yeah, may there be justice on that. Yo, what do you think about how the AKA case is going? It was all exciting when rich men from a rich family were being represented by rich lawyers. And we thought, wow, this is going to be the scandal of the century. We're going to definitely link this to the girl who, committed suicide from the Tembe family. So, seems like that has slowed down. And Tantam Kwanazi, police commissioner, KZN, being part of that, we're like, this one will not be bought. This case will not be slowed down. This man is going to do the deeds. He's going to cook the pots. We're going to see some rich people who are able to pay expensive hitmen to put a famous person like AKA down. You understand? We thought those kind of people with those kind of resources who can separate themselves from the crime are just going to get brought in. It's like a movie. But things are quiet. You don't know what's happening. Let's check out Ike Khumalo. It's a very, 35-second video. Colbert, propaganda here, bro.
Where white people left, they always say, let white people go. I can tell you, in South Africa, if all white people left this country, it should be like Zimbabwe. Within 2 minutes, sent in, the standard will drop instantly like this because you've seen the blueprint. All these countries where white people have left, unfortunately, I have to say that all these countries, be it Mozambique, be it Zimbabwe, where white people have left, look at those countries. They always say, let white people go.
Ayo. So let's read the comments out here. Let's see that. It's already Zimbabwe. The litter in a couple of our metros are solid indications. No matter how unfavorable it is, however, it's a fact. This is the only lawyer with so much free time in South Africa. Hey, what does that mean? Noma ngingaphika kodwa iqiniso leli. Kodwa noma ningaphika, even if you were to deny it, this is the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, if black people were to all leave South Africa, it would be a deeply unstabilizing event. There I have projected to you the worst possible outcome that is not even possible, neither plausible. It's a fictional depiction of an end of days movie. I Am Legend. You remember that Will Smith movie where everybody died and he was the last man alive? It just isn't going to happen. You're not going to see an empty New York. You're not going to see an empty Joburg. Black people will always be here. White people will always be here. So if black people were to leave as well, there would be nobody working in the factories. There would be nobody at security at the door. You understand? The black staff members at the bank, at the restaurant, in the call centers, if they left, the white people's economy would collapse with it. The white people who are remaining, let's continue exploring this fictional situation in full. If the black people were to leave and the whites would remain, they wouldn't have security guards around their estates and whatever. A few bandits would remain, and those few bandits would go off and wipe out these remaining white people. Because why? There wouldn't be police officers. The SANDF wouldn't be there because it's made up of a lot of black people. There wouldn't be politicians. There wouldn't be cameramen. There wouldn't be news anchors. There wouldn't be camera crews to show what is happening to these white people. So it would be a dystopian hell where these white people would be begging for the black people to come back so that they can fill their positions and police the streets because there's a bunch of bandits out there. So in my fictional tale, if black people were to leave, you'd see white people on their knees begging for them to come back. But we all know that this situation that I'm projecting will never happen. And let me tell you something. Whatever Ike Khumalo here is trying to sell, it's nonsense. It's a scary tale that you can tell to kids so that they can stay in their beds. It's a sign of his disrespect for the black mind. Yabona, when you're being regarded as Ihrotmane, wabona, El Nengondo, who has seen things before they collapsed, you can rely on him to tell you how to run a country. He knows, yabona, he advocates. Surely he knows the law. He knows how to balance things out, yada, 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 yada. And you're just a Sowetan, you're a Tembisen, you're a Davitonian. You're not connected to the information yourself. You've got, and I'm sorry to say this, a gassy mind. You see, you will be duped by low-level, foolish ideas like these. Let's read the comments right quick. The Noble Nitpicker. People love Ike. He has some solid takes, but high corner. He appears worshipping whiteness and the West in general. Yes, so, yeah, you remember I Am Legend, one of the best films. We're never going to see I Am Legend. Exactly. He's simply presenting the worst, most unstabilizing scenario. Exactly, my brother. It's like saying, what would happen if the white sun did not rise in the morning? Do you know that the planet would freeze overnight? There would be a winter that very morning because we would wake up expecting the sun to rise, but it wouldn't rise. In fact, a cold front from Cape Town would arrive and it would get even colder the next night and colder the next night, and we'd be frozen in a fridge. Because y'all always complain. Y'all have umbrellas up whenever the sun is up. Let that white sun burn your skin, your black skin. Bruh, the Uncle Rakasing here is way too much. It's way too much. And it's so disrespectful. The people who love him are his victims. I am telling you. So, we've got Penson on how taxi drivers pulled a gun on him amid road rage incident. And he nearly shed on his pants. Let's hear that. That was 5 hours ago. It ain't moving, man. It ain't moving, bruh. I want trending on the videos. Here's a comment. No, to make your point, Donald Trump said he would stop deporting people from certain sectors of the economy because his voter base were complaining that they are losing their workers. Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up. We should even check out a video to fortify this, but we've come to give glory and honor to YaseBlock B's timeline over here. Thank you for that point. You'll hear that, right? You'll hear that. So, Ike, come here for some logic, bruh. Come here for some logic. Yes, perhaps not stop, but slow down the deportation. And the South African deporters are quiet about that. You know, one of the things that is known if you go and you open an economics textbook is the fact that GDP, growth, the universities need new, fresh people. Let's just look at the universities and the top ones in the United States. Universities like Harvard, you know, have mainly foreigners, the kids of foreigners from everywhere across the world going there. You understand? And universities have a constant churning and receiving of new people. If the university is to sustain its GDP, it would measure it by the number of butts sitting on chairs learning. Ne? And there's only so many people in the United States who can go to a school like that. The United States kids, all by themselves, cannot fill Harvard. That's a fact. They cannot. They just cannot. And so you need people from outside to migrate and study there. My brother, it's exactly the same for hospitals. Hospitals need new women from around the world there to come and give birth there because the Americans are not giving enough birth. You understand what I'm saying? The GDP of a hospital is sustained by new people being born, so the locals and the imports. How do restaurants get new clients? By Americans just giving birth to new hungry kids? No, my brother. By people migrating there to come and eat. So if you open up the borders and you allow, of course, people who are capable to participate in an economy and not just consume, but also be able to work and turn the economic machine, everything works out. Outside people have new brains. They bring new ideas. Silicon Valley, there. The imaginations and Hollywood, the creativity there is a measure of the diversity that the world has all contributed to that place. So, man, let us be left alone with this other rubbish. The majority of MK members, including those that remain, are not pleased with the manner in which the organization is run. That is a fact. That is Floyd. It's a 58-second video. Okay, still coming. We covered Floyd. Let's not cover him twice. Let's check him out. Is this Nhlamulo Ndlela responding? Let's have a look at this video over here.
Press conferences, it would be only the leader, my other question is on the EFF. You have repeated that it is a cult. You even made an example on another platform that what used to happen, which many would have seen, is that at press conferences, it would be only the leader that would speak and the other leaders, the top leadership, would not get an opportunity to speak. Now, given that you hold such strong views about the economic freedom fighters, are you now not perhaps almost giving credence to...
Oh, correction, it's Floyd himself. The lower third there has his name.
At least some of what Malema has stated, that there was never a genuine call when Mkhonto weSizwe Party wanted progressive forces to unite, because you now felt or held or harbored these views that that was a cult. Why then would there have been a call by Mkhonto weSizwe or yourselves to say we want to unite all progressive parties, we believe that we all can wage some sort of a strong war against perhaps the ANC or the Democratic Alliance? So right now, are you not proving them right, that you held these ill feelings towards them? Why would you have wanted to unite with a cult to say progressive forces must come together?
No, look, I still uphold deeply a conviction that all progressive forces and black political parties should unite to pursue a common agenda, because
including a cult.
The aspirations. Look, cult is an individual at the top there, but the membership of MK, the membership of ANC, the membership of EFF, the membership of ATN hold the same aspirations. What then becomes a difficulty is the individual leaders. They
So
work
you
with
would have
different
isolated
aspirations.
him, meaning
that
he
is
would
the
have
issue.
said he was right.
When we talk
Let's
about
Birmingham Fool.
when we talk about unification of progressive forces, we're talking about organizational unification of aspirations as to how do we commonly pursue the same agenda because we represent the same constituencies. If Africa Maibuya becomes a political party, it will fervently and relentlessly pursue the unification of all progressive forces if there's no decisive majority given to Africa Maibuya as a political party. That is the agenda which will dearly and consistently protect and uphold and promote amongst all the progressive forces, because that is what we should. We should not be in a position as black progressive forces.
Oh yeah. So, that's Floyd himself responding. And what does Colbert have for us? What's this? Between 90 to 95% of offenders are sick. They have serious illness. Why can't they reveal that on podcasts? Stop misleading kids and romanticizing jail. Wow. Okay.
Ifone iyangena lapha kuleya mbobo ngoba like iboshwe zayifaka ifone enqeni ihlala esiswini immese ama drugs yonke into ongayicabanga bayayifaka enqeni bathi ukapha ngolimi lasejele. So wonke labantu laba basafike kulama platformini abanixoxela ngejele kungani bengakuvezi ukuthi guys majority yenu ngaphakathi ejele, I would say 90 to 95% wama offenders bayagula ngani ama illnesses are serious.
Kanjani?
Ngikhuluma ngento engiyaziyo, ngikhuluma ngento engiyiphila almost every day, umsebenzi wami lo ngikhuluma ngawo.
Baguliswa yini?
Bahanjiswa yimina noza kwethu kuma clinic nasebhedlela. Yeah, understand. Ayikho into ekuzothiwa mayenziwa odokotela kuthiwa siqhele. Yonke into yenziwa sikhona sibuka. Ayikho offender engangifihlela ukuthi iphethwe yini health wise because idinga mina ukuthi iyosizakala.
Okay.
So musani ukumisleader youth niloke romanticize ukuba sejele guys. Akuyona kuphela indaba zomalalana ejele. Kuningi okwama factors. Yeah, understand. Kuningi and okungekho grand. Mangithi kuwe le ngqondo le ndawo yayilimaza ingqondo. Hayi kancane iyayilimaza ingqondo. Iyamlimaza nomuntu sakhe. Ngiyaphinda namanje kukancane ukuthi ngani umuntu ekuthiwa utolile ejele, uphumile ejele, ophila kahle ekhanda. Ngiyakutshela iqiniso lelo. Ukuthi ni ikasi ibona mawukuthi mhlambe nginesibazi la. Kunezibazi ezingabonakali ngokwehlola inyama kodwa ezingapholi futhi ezinkulu okudlula isibazi leso sibona ngamehlo. Majority ama ex offenders abantu abafacane nezinto ezifana nalezo guys. So asiyena ukushuka khotha lento siloke senza ngazathi kwi public there's something nice or something heroic ngokuthi uboshiwe. Yini emnandi ngokuboshwa? Cause ijele livulwa ngo8 ekseni. Ngabo 2:30 to 3 liyakhiwa.
Hey, yeah. Wow, man. Wow, man. Comment. The birth rate in the US is reportedly around 1.66 children per woman, which is well below the commonly accepted replacement rate of 2.1. Actually be closer to 2.7. Kombot, Izanazo. Thank you. Thank you. You're a Zulu speaker, so that guy, you felt him, ne? You felt him. I understand. Izulu ngiyasizwa but benginomngani angazi ukuthi ngimbiza taxi driver beka-owner kahle ubaba beka-owner bese ubhuti waqhubeka ngomsebenzi kababa emva kokuthi ubaba adutshulwe. Manje lo mfowethu lo bekathanda ukuhamba nami siyojika erenkeni, bengilokhe ngilalele ekhuluma nabasebenzi bakhe bekwatile bebhizi bemoshela imoto itshontshwa kiwa phansi naphezulu sithi siyayifuna indoda ikhala ilimala. So lapho ke nga experience ukuba duze nomuntu okhuluma isiZulu nabantu bakhe nesizwe sakhe nendlela abaqabanga ngayo bakhuluma ngayo So to an extent that in some times, in some ways, when I can't express myself, okay, so when I speak English, ne, there's sepedi se ke se bolelang ka mo fase se leng hore ha botse ke nagana se ke se bolelang ka sepedi ke moka ka ba ke sentšha ka sekgowa ke ka mokgo ke bolelang ka kgopolong. Bjale ke na lo hlakana le nako mo e leng hore ke leka go expressa something ka sekgowa ke leka ka sepedi empa ke kry lo sepedi ga sena that thing e leng hore ke a e duma. So ngizoshintsha ke ngiyibeke ngesizulu ekhanda lami bese ngiyi-interprete nge-English mayiphuma. Yabon? So I am like that. I know from my heart and my chest isiZulu, watching Isibaya for a long time, you know, experiencing Zulu people and Zulu culture. Yeah, it's people I love. I love all South Africans. Kemopedi and the tribalism is something that I hate so bad. I think that Johan Rupert paid for black people. He sent out Amachita, Echwaleni to start or bashai lento yokwerana about our, ethnic, population, cultural groups. This is nothing for us to be throwing insults about. We are all black people, bruh. If my inner speech igwas guti ikhulumbe ngesizulu, surely look at me different. Awumpona kile mopedi, awukushish, you don't understand. I'm your brother. So, but we are so divided and I don't understand. This guy just blessed me. I even love Zulu preachers. Yeah. Utlobare afunu gega imkuba yako emdaka. Like what? Is that Xhosa or Zulu? Emdaka. Sounds like muddy. You've got like a muddy behavior, muddy personality. Utaka, baba. Hey, let's go back to the Zulu dude. Colbert posted him was okay. Yeah. It's recent. Here's another one.
Yama podcast or agenda network ile enye ngiyithandayo futhi nayo ka Scheme GP. Futhi nayo yama yabona sengithula isikhathi eside ngiloke ngingafuni ukugonyuluka ngalento.
Gonyuluka.
Sengibuka inqwaba yama podcast or agenda network ile enye ngiyithandayo futhi nayo ka Scheme GP. Ofuthi ama platforms a Grand O2 la akhona namanye ne but lawo yiwa a major phezulu about ama offenders ama ex offender angasekho ejele akhuluma izitori zawo zasejele. Into efike ngiphathe kabuhlungu la majority ama ex offenders are romanticize ijele.
Yes.
Enzi ijele kwi public or kwi society libukeke ngazathi I holiday in. You understand? Mina umuntu osebenza ejele ngizokutshela straight musukukhohliswa abantu abake baboshwa baphuma ngaphandle ejele.
Preach.
Bonke labantu balimele engqondweni, balimele enhlizweni, balimele ngayo yonke indlela ongayicabanga, even physically.
In all the ways you can imagine, including physically.
Bengaguli ndawo. Namhlanje banama chronic disease njengoba beyama ex offenders. Abakuvezi lokho. Ayibona lento le. Bafethu yabona ngizowenza nje example ngento eyodwa engeke ngayibona ngamehlo enzeka phambi kwami. Like siyenzeke ihlandle eningi but nje ngizochaza kule instance eyodwa. Mina ukuba aware kwami nge-anal cancer, ngibe aware nge-anal cancer sengisebenza e-correctional service.
I-cancer yomdidi. Let's go.
And now uma usebenzisa ingqondo most likely yini into engakhoza ukuthi umuntu abe ne-anal cancer. Yayibona leyo nto. Lapha engqini abafowethu baphenduka abafazi.
Oh my God.
Endakalalo umuntu oyedwa. Enye into kumele uyazi. Ngakho bengeke bavuma ukuthi bake balalo. Bayalazi iqiniso. Akalalwanga umuntu oyedwa. Yayizwa leyo nto le. Emva kwalapho wonke ama objects ongawacabanga ama contraband noma illegal ejele. Bawafihla khona lapha kwe-anal. Kwe-anus.
Ayo. The internet and the electricity went off. The stream just ended. Oh my goodness. Sadness. We out here. I'll join you again next time. I mean, I'd said in some comments earlier here that, what did I say? May no internet or power outages come against the stream. And we've had a power outage. There's no internet connection, but this video, of course, I'm recording locally. The stream has ended. The lights have gone off, 2 lights. The monitor has gone off. The laptop and mixer remain. The battery has backup power because I foresaw that such a thing could happen. So we out here. I'll see you again next time.